Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. We are live on location today from Bass Pro Shops for the Bucket Blitz, and we're actually inside right now in the most luxurious RV from Reliable RV. I'm telling you, I'm so glad this is here because otherwise we'd be outside in the sleet and the freezing rain, and they moved us inside, and we're so glad. So thanks to Reliable RV for this amazing RV, which is keeping us nice and toasty. Isn't that right?
You bet.
Isn't that right, Harold? Yeah. Joining me now is Harold Bengsch, who is on the advisory board of the Salvation Army, and you're also one of our county commissioners.
Yeah.
Now, that sounds like a hard job.
Well, it's an interesting job for sure.
Can you tell us any stories? Or is that
I'd rather
private?
not.
You'd rather? Thanks, Harold. So you're on the advisory board with the Salvation Army. Can you tell us how long you've been involved and how things are going?
Well, they're going pretty good. I've been involved for about 15 years now on the advisory board. And, of course, this time of the year there's a lot of visibility because the Salvation Army is involved in so many different things that are good in this community. And this is a major fundraising event, and we're going after $1 million this year.
$1 million. Mm-hmm. Do you think we can do it?
We can if the community believes in it.
Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people think about the Salvation Army around this time of year, but the Salvation Army works year-round.
That's the thing that a lot of people don't understand, and it does work year-round. There are many ministries the Salvation Army is involved in. One that people recognize, of course, is the back-to-school efforts that help the folks out that need some help with their kids. But it goes further than that because we have ministries that work with feeding the poor, the Harbor House for men who are homeless, and then there's other activities that are more socially oriented in helping families that need a boost. Mm-hmm. And Salvation Army is there to help.
How many people do you think the Salvation Army helps annually?
Totally, I would not know how to put an estimate on that, but it would be probably well over 100,000 annually.
In just our community?
Well, in the surrounding counties around us in southwest Missouri. But in this community, I'm afraid I would underestimate if I gave you a number because when you're reaching families, you have so many children. It's not just one or two people. And in fact, a lot of our efforts are focused on the families that need help, that have children. And one of our efforts this year is making sure that those kiddies have gifts.
Isn't that sad when you think about the kids in the Ozarks and just in our surrounding areas that, you know, might not have a gift on Christmas, may not even have a Christmas meal?
That's true. And, you know, my wife and I were ringing the bell at one year right over here at Bass Pro Shops. And a lady came up and was fiddling around in her pocketbook and came up with some money. But I noticed a tear coming down her cheek. And I said, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And she said, "No, I'm thrilled to death." And I said, "Well, I saw the tear on your cheek, and I thought maybe there was a problem." Mm-hmm. And she said, "Well, the situation is Salvation Army did so much for me last year, and this year I'm able to help. And you can't imagine how that makes me feel, that I can do something, maybe small, but something to repay what they did." Well, I tell you what, I had a tear coming down my cheek before that conversation was over.
Harold, you just gave me goosebumps. And I got a little choked up hearing that because it's all about giving back to the community when you can and then taking the help when you need it.
You've got
it. And it's that circle. You've got to keep going to pay it forward. Like they say, pay it forward when you can, and that's why we're here. Harold, thank you so much for being here. That story has moved me, and I hope it's moved you all throughout the holiday season. When you see those people ringing those bells, they're ringing them for a reason, and we need to raise as much money as we can. And remember, Bass Pro Shops will be matching up to $10,000 of what we raise. So our goal is over $10,000, of course. But just imagine if we get to that, and then Bass Pro gives us another $10,000. That's at least $20,000. Harold, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's so good to see you.
God bless.
Best of luck out in our community too.
Thank you.
All right, don't go anywhere. Ozarks Fox AM. We'll be right back. Man, that's a great story, Harold. That was fantastic.
Well,
wow.